AI.
All right, here we go. Shh. Listen, hear it? Let's move. Go!
I think it's something everybody by now has been accustomed with in one way or another. The usage of AI has been rapidly increasing since its release to the public by the creators of ChatGPT. But that's not the type of AI that we will be talking about today.
Rather, we will be discussing the ways people use AI in far more malicious ways than using it to write essays or do homework.
Wait, what is it?
GPT.
What are you doing?
GPT.
What are you doing?
GPT.
I know, but what are you doing?
I'm doing school.
You're doing school on ChatGPT? How old are you?
3.
Companies like YouTube and Roblox are the biggest culprit when it comes to the use of AI. This is due to the content created on those platforms and their moderation within them, which are majority used by children.
YouTube is something that has been around since its release in 2005. Since then, millions, maybe billions of different types of content has been uploaded onto the platform. You can find videos of whatever niche topic you have an interest in, making it an increasingly popular platform. Due to this rise in use, 10 years later, they created what is now known as YouTube Kids.
In 2015, the creation of YouTube Kids was intended to provide a safe, productive environment for children under 13. Platforms such as YouTube Kids are usually considered safe for children to watch their Cocomelon. There's a notable dark side that should have been acknowledged a long time ago. Since AI then wasn't as advanced as it is now, many different forms of disturbing content slipped through the cracks and were allowed on both platforms.
Many of these videos appear to be child-friendly at first glance as you're scrolling by, yet a second look reveals more compromising elements and disturbing themes. For instance, early YouTube children's content often depicted the likeness of beloved characters, although an odd combination, Elsa and Spider-Man commonly appear together in these videos, leading to this internet phenomenon coining the name Elsagate.
While being fully clothed, Elsa and Spider-Man would demonstrate suggestive positions or violent scenarios such as spanking, pregnancy, and other thinly veiled fetish content through mediums like animation, stop motion, and cosplay. I really don't understand how somehow literally none of these elements were enough to get the videos flagged for inappropriate content, and the active effort required to release a single Elsagate video is notable, making clear the intentional perversity of those who created them.
Now, I believe all of us can agree that allowing your kids to consume any type of fetish content is very harmful and disturbing. So this type of content should no longer exist, right? No. The same content exists still being published today onto the platform and many others. This Elsagate content just simply took a different form now. While Elsa is no longer the star of the show, many beloved characters have long replaced her, continuing this cycle of disturbing media intended for children.
Fine.
You can see us on Saturdays at 12 p.m.
Don't come see us.
Please come see us.
New Elsagate content typically includes characters from children's media, such as K-pop demon hunters. On the other hand, the source material for some of the characters depicted is not appropriate for children, such as the Amazing Digital Circus. These characters themselves are not child-friendly, and depicting them in fetish and gore content only brings that to a much greater extreme.
It's almost like that the creators of this content are deliberately picking content that is tiptoeing the line between cartoonish and nightmarish, knowing that it'll slip past parental filters and racking up views. In turn, the publisher of said video will be swimming in potentially thousands of dollars because these types of videos also can get monetized, which makes a creator money.
Further, YouTube earns capital from these videos through monetization and ad placement within the short form and long form content. YouTube makes about 45 to 55% of the video's revenue. Not only that, but the quality of this content has dropped over time. With this came a drastic increase in the number of new Elsagate posts, now being pumped out by creators up to multiple times a day.
Who do we have to thank for this brilliance? AI, of course! With the accessibility of generative AI, people can simply prompt the creation of low-quality videos at extremely high rates, which means they can make Diddy do this, and the AI will burp it out. There's no need for props, actors, editing skills, or even basic effort. Someone can generate dozens of short, low-quality videos in the same amount of time it would have taken one to plan a single script.
Even removing the factor of concern for this creation of gore and fetish content, all of these videos are examples of short short-form entertainment. This new AI slop addition to ElsaGate is detrimental to those trying to put an end to this content, as it now takes no effort to create these videos. Previously, the labor involved limited how fast creators could push out new videos. Now the barrier has practically disappeared. It takes almost no effort to generate, upload, and monetize content that looks cartoony on the surface, but contains themes that are inappropriate for kids.
The speed and ease of creation has turned ElsaGate and brainrot content from a concerning niche into a rapidly expanding flood, making it even harder for platforms, parents, and researchers to keep up. Now, all of this was allowed on YouTube because the content wasn't flagged, meaning that if the AI doesn't flag the video as something that goes against the TOS, it's very likely no human moderator will ever see it, which means it stays up on the platform and anybody who looks at it can see the disturbing content that gets posted on YouTube.
However, back in 2012, when ElsaGate was first born, YouTube didn't have a sophisticated AI moderation like it does today. Instead, they relied on their user base and human moderators to flag videos, which meant that real human people saw this content and did not see a single problem with it.
Let's talk about the other side of this problem, the comment sections. For years, the comment sections under kids' videos or home videos posted on YouTube were essentially a breeding ground for disturbing behavior. Predators would leave coded messages, shared timestamps of moments that put minors in compromising positions, or even use innocent-looking videos as meeting points to interact with each other. As also, some comments included links to off-YouTube platforms such as Telegram, WhatsApp, and Kick. These groups would typically be entire networks of people exchanging and selling.
After enough public outrage, YouTube finally started paying attention. With pressure building from the Kids Online Safety Act and COPA 2.0 discussions, YouTube took on a pretty drastic step by beginning to delete and disable comments on videos featuring young minors altogether. On YouTube's end, companies started pulling back on ads. This led to creators who relied on ad monetization on their videos to struggle financially, as their main income on the platform had been erased. If a video looked like it could attract predators, YouTube shut down the comments.
However, in our personal opinions, simply limiting the comments on compromising videos of minors is not enough. These videos should be deleted off the platform entirely or become privatized. Especially considering the fact that YouTube's moderation is based off AI itself. It is important to note that this AI is actively learning and is prone to deleting content that violates terms of service while keeping disturbing videos.
Just like YouTube, Roblox allows the exploitation of kids to go unnoticed. Now, there are a lot of things going on with Roblox that involves children being groomed, exploited, or shown inappropriate content. Shocking, right? Children have been getting exploited and groomed on Roblox since its creation in 2006, but as time went on, it got way worse.
To sum everything up, it sucks. In 2020, Roblox began using an AI moderation system similar to the one utilized by YouTube. I'm not going to delve into the terrible moderation of the text chat and the voice chat.
Second of all, why don't you go back to your damn nanny and cry about your big old fupa that you got going on? Do you know what a fupa is, Casper Smith?
Oh, you know.
However, we will be discussing the moderation of the games published onto the platform. There's a specific niche of these types of games that get categorized into a category that has been coined by the users of Roblox, known as condo games.
Condos are player-made games that are available on the platform that contain explicit adult-themed content. These games may include the simulation of sexual acts and a myriad of other things that are very inappropriate for the platform, clearly going against the terms of service.
Now, Roblox calls any game released onto the platform an experience. Well, seeing the happenings inside of a condo game is for sure an experience.
It's a whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Some of these games are made with the intention of getting underage people to join, witness, or even participate. I believe that everybody that has used Roblox has either experienced a condo game firsthand, or may know someone that has, or may know someone that's created one.
Sometime in elementary school, when I was between 8 to 10 years old, I was playing Roblox with my cousin. Suddenly, she gets excited over a notification that she received on Discord. Now, I didn't actually use this platform myself at the time, so I had absolutely no idea how any of it worked. She hurriedly tells me to join her in Roblox, and when I did, I discovered a condo game for the first time. This was my first and only encounter with such a thing firsthand. It felt weird as a child, but I could never fully express those thoughts. But now looking back at that experience, I am aware that my cousin was a part of a Discord server that was used to share and update people on any new condo game that gets uploaded or one that gets re-uploaded.
In elementary school, I was playing Roblox on my iPad and I was on the phone with a friend from school. When I answered the call, he immediately told me that I just have to join him, so obviously I did. This is when I began to learn what a condo game was. This was my first time experiencing a condo game, but it was not my last, sadly. As a child, I felt kind of sort of like musty afterwards. Even though I didn't really understand what was going on at the time, I still knew that it was wrong in some way. I just could not express it.
Roblox was something made for children. Remember that. So they would have the safety of those potential children on their platform at the front of their mind, right? The safety of the children using their platform is the absolute last thing on their minds. They claim that a YouTuber that was catching alleged predators on their platform was way more dangerous than all the predators that use their platform as their personal grooming kingdom.
Roblox said that there was a problem with him and his vigilantism on their platform, meaning that they have no problems with the predators being on there, but they have a problem with somebody trying to get them off their platform. There is no way that they have no issue with having all these predators amongst their majority underage user base, exposing them to disturbing things. Do they think that just banning all the games that don't have an age rating on them will fix this? That having their user base scan their government-issued IDs or their face and upload it onto their database to have an AI verify the user's age with a facial age estimation AI is a good thing, even though they have had a big data leak with a lot of users' personal information before.
Which is a very, very, very untrustworthy way when having to estimate certain people's ages, which means because someone looks younger, their access to some features will be revoked, or in some instances, people get their accounts straight up terminated. Like, come on, in the big 25, we are using glorified TikTok age guessing filters to try and keep their platform safe for kids. After hearing all of that, you might think that this type of games get deleted off the platform. No. In fact, they've just gotten much, much worse.
People who work at the company and even the owner of Roblox have said that some sort of dating app feature will be implemented for people that have an 18 plus age verified account. Meaning that even the children that use their older friend or their parents' IDs to gain access to the 18 plus only games are going to have access to this dating app feature. And I truly believe that they simply just do not care about the safety of the children using their platform as long as they continue to make ridiculous amounts of money. I believe personally that Roblox just doesn't care because the pedophiles and predators just give their money to Roblox to spend on little kids. And Roblox doesn't care because as long as they're making money, they're not gonna stop.
Please don't ban me, Roblox. Please. I spent thousands of dollars on Roblox. Please. I've had my account since 2015. Please, you banned my first account from when I was in kindergarten. Don't ban this one. Now you can go off-platform to find these games, and the predators use the same strategy by going off of Roblox onto other platforms like Discord to continue their grooming and exploitation. But now they don't have to worry that their Roblox account with Headless and Core Blocks being perm-banned or terminated. Yay! This is exactly why Roblox is being sued by multiple states and is being sued by the YouTuber that they banned off their platform for addressing and catching said predators.
Discord has had the same issue, but instead of condo games, they have NSFW servers or underage dating servers. There are even Discord servers solely made, like we said before, for finding condo games or for people learning how to make condo games. It's not even off-platform Discord. You can search up on Discord in a server finder condo games and thousands of servers will pop up and you can join any one of them. Following in Roblox footsteps, David Bazooka should be so proud of you, Discord.
Generative AI isn't just used for you to be kirkifying your friends or making LeBron look super pregnant or super mega pregnant. It can also be used for something called deep faking.
Deep faking is when artificial intelligence creates a realistic but totally fake image, video, or audio of a person doing something they never actually did because somebody put a prompt into a generative AI. And honestly, if someone made a deepfake video of me committing a crime, I'd hope that I look good in it. Please don't embarrass me and get me arrested. It's gotta be one or the other. Like, come on.
Another thing AI is used for is the creation of illegal sexual content that is then distributed all around the internet, or the generation of AI deepfakes CSAM, CP, and NCII. Now, I bet you're wondering what each of these involves. Some people confuse CSAM for CP, however, they are not the same thing. CSAM is the evidence of sexual abuse of a child, and it's a crime to distribute, possess, or create this content. CSAM includes, according to multiple .org and .gov websites, both real and synthetic content, such as images and videos created using what? Artificial intelligence tools.
So basically, AI?
Why, yes!
Oh! A child that cannot legally consent to any form of sexual act, let alone to being recorded whilst in one. That's why many child protection professionals use the term CSAM rather than calling it CP or deepfakes. Because by calling it what it actually is, sexual abuse, people stop minimizing the harm it causes and calling it out as the crime that it really is. Maybe you're wondering, what the hell does CSAM even include then? Well, let me tell you. It includes sexual acts involving a minor, images of a child's genitals or private areas, live streamed or webcam-based event abuse, AI-generated content that makes it look like a child is being abused. Keep that in mind for a little bit later. And any content that sexualizes or exploits a child for the viewer's benefit.
When it comes to CP, I think about almost everyone knows what that is. The media has represented the crime a lot within the past years, making movies and shows about some very, very notorious predators. But now they're a little out of date. For instance, a predator who is evolving will not immediately start touching or doing things to children. Rather, it's something that they build up to doing. In turn, many of them seek it out online in the various networks that they have.
Within those networks, in those group chats, online, mind you, some of them even meet in person and talk about things like this. They will distribute to each other CP that they have made of themselves doing sexual acts with children, and they will sometimes sell it online for capital gain to other predators seeking out this type of content. NCII, or non-consensual intimate imagery, refers to the sharing or distribution of intimate images or videos without the consent of the individuals depicted. This form of abuse can occur through various means, including online platforms, social media, or other digital spaces. NCII is often used in association with image-based sexual abuse and can have severe psychological and social consequences for the victims. It is a form of digital sexual abuse that requires immediate action and legal action to address. Usually, people refer to revenge as NCII, but sometimes people will use AI to deepfake pictures of their exes or somebody they don't like onto a video of porn or fantasy porn and distribute it and sell it to people or send it to them.
Some offenders will have other offenders seeking out the CSAM and will offer it to them as a monthly subscription or pay access to the material. In the United States, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children disclosed to having received 4,700 reports of AI-generated online content that depicted child sexual exploitation. However, this form of crime is not just limited to the United States of America. In South Korea, authorities recently uncovered entire networks of Telegram group chats dedicated to sharing sexually explicit deepfakes of young women. Many of these victims were students, soldiers, journalists, or ordinary women who never asked for this. Yet, these were not isolated incidents. They were part of entire networks where users generated, traded, and circulated manipulated images for entertainment and humiliation. Investigators reported that some of these Telegram rooms had thousands of members. Telegram's structure itself made it easy as it is anonymous and self-destructing. Thus, it created a perfect environment for the mass production and spread of this content. Notably, Telegram tends to be exploited by pedophiles, drug dealers, and other criminals. Once a deepfake was uploaded, it could be duplicated, saved, and reshared endlessly, making it nearly impossible for victims to regain control and autonomy over their own likeness. This series of cases was even acknowledged by the president of South Korea, whose entire campaign is based on anti-feminism. It is genuinely baffling to me how even the man who notoriously ignores the ongoing South Korean femicide is bothered by this. In a currently ongoing case, 2 Miami school students allegedly created and distributed AI-generated nude images of classmates aged 12 and 13. This case appears to be the first of its kind within the United States. One victim spoke out, saying, "My face was used without my consent. It makes me feel violated. I feel taken advantage of, and I feel used." The boys were charged under a Florida state law passed in 2022 that criminalizes the promotion of any altered sexual depiction of an identifiable person without the consent of the identifiable person. These were middle schoolers, kids themselves using an AI application to create exploitive content. It is so unbelievably disturbing how accessible this form of generative AI is, and how a child can become so desensitized to the point of doing something of this nature. And what's terrifying is how the same AI-powered tools that fuel exploitive kids content, like the nightmarish versions of cartoons we discussed earlier, can also be weaponized against minors themselves.
Now, the EU has much different laws and much different approaches when it comes to AI CSAM and AI generated sexual content. The EU's laws on AI generated CSAM is a significant step forward in protecting the children from online abuse. It criminalizes the creation, possession, and sharing of AI generated child sexual abuse material, America, and treating it as equivalent to real CSAM. This law aims to close loopholes and protect children across the EU by addressing grooming, live streaming, sextortion, and age of consent issues. The law has been passed with overwhelming support, unlike here in America, where Congress or anyone who has voted on bills against CSAM, AI generated CSAM, a lot of people have voted against it, surprisingly. In contrast, the US has not yet enacted a law that criminalizes the generation of AI CSAM, leaving the issue largely unaddressed in federal law. Earlier, we used the word illegal with quotations. Now let me explain. Some people believe that since it's AI generated content, the persons in the video aren't actually being harmed. People argue that it isn't that bad because the content is AI and the child is not actually being harmed. They say that since it's AI and the child is not in the actual act, whoever is found in possession of said AI CSAM should not be prosecuted. But stuff like this will follow somebody for the rest of their lives. It's not something that can just be erased. In the US Constitution, thank you, Gilday, there is something called the Elastic Clause, or Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18, which states, "To make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States or in any department or officer thereof," which basically means that Congress can change already existing laws or make new laws, again, that are necessary and proper. It remains the constitutional basis for a lot of the powers that the federal government has today. In its modern application, it's been used to justify laws that have to do with civil rights, labor, and modern industry that did not even exist as a thought when they wrote the Constitution. Something about computer-generated sexual children content actually went all the way up to the Supreme Court. Mind you, this happened in 2001, where in a 6-3 conclusion that computer-generated sexual content that depicts children is too much of a broad concept and is somehow protected under the First Amendment. There is some moving forward towards criminalizing AI generated CSAM in America, though. The Stop CSAM Act has advanced out of the Senate Judiciary Committee and would allow victims of said supposedly now considered crime to sue companies that host their material.
Additionally, other bills have been introduced to the Senate Judiciary Committee to further address specific loopholes, such as the Enforce Act, which aims to ensure offenders who use generative AI for CSAM are subject to the same statutory penalties as those who create or distribute other forms of child pornography. Now, despite us having made jokes throughout the video, this is an extremely serious subject. This topic is one that is overlooked by many and is prevalent to the well-being of not just children, but everybody.
And we'll be surprised if we're not on some FBI watch list with the things we've had to search up to find all this information for you guys to learn.
We're sorry, LeBron.